Having released his debut EP, The Gunslinger, earlier this year, the Gleeman is rounding off his 2022 with his new festive single, I Love Christmastime. And the Gleeman joins us now. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too, Toby, and all your Shout Radio listeners.
This new single that you've got, I Love Christmastime, it just makes you excited for Christmas, doesn't it?
Well, that's the general plan with it. I tried to write a song that pulled in a lot of the elements of all the Christmas songs that I love, particularly those classic ones from the 70s and the 80s that we all kind of dig out and play every year. So you've got a nice bit of brass in there, you've got some sleigh bells, you've got a kids choir, and lyrically, the song kind of, and I think I did it subconsciously. It wasn't a conscious decision going in, but I think when I just started writing it and putting the thoughts together and putting the lyrics down, it came out written very much through my childhood eyes and through a perspective of a child, and trying to take you back to that time of innocence when you were younger and Christmas was so full of wonder as a child, and looking forward to getting the presents, to Santa arriving, and trying to stay awake at night to try and catch him in the act, and all those kind of things it was really trying to portray.
One of my favourite parts of the song is the kids' choir near the end. What do you think it is about a kids' choir that just spruces up a Christmas song and makes it more magical?
I don't know, just adds that kind of extra element, and again, that thing that we may be familiar from the other songs, I guess, John Lennon's song, and it was just, it got to that point and in the song that it was crying out for, I kind of had that, phrase, I love Christmastime, and, got them and thinking, this just needs a kids' choir, and then now singing, we love Christmastime, it's just absolutely crying out for it, but had to get a little bit creative. So we had various different, children coming in at different times, some doing some parts remotely, some coming in the studio here and doing things and kind of built it up. Unfortunately weren't able to get a room and get all the kids in there at once, but it kind of, it works and gives that effect, I think, which is great. Yeah,
because it doesn't sound like they're all in different places. It sounds like they're all together. Does that make it easier to edit, maybe? If one of them makes a mistake, you don't have to do it all again?
No, I think it made it a little bit more difficult from a production and editing point of view, I would say, trying to get it all in, trying to get it balanced. I mean, there's a lot of voices in there, including some of mine trying to sound like a child.
How'd you do that?
Well, it's just singing technique and some production tricks. But no, there are a number of real children singing on it as well. It's not just me.
So what gave you the idea to do a Christmas song? Was it something you'd always wanted to do?
No. So what happened with this one, it was rarer for me in the songwriting process is that I had a little bit of melody in my head. 9 times out of 10, I'll be playing on the piano or we'll be playing something on the guitar and I'll have something musical which I'll then kind of develop and put some lyrics to. But this is one of the rare occasions. It's one of those times, and it's happened a lot over the years now. I used to ignore it, but it's one of these times where you wake up in the morning and there's some kind of melody just randomly going through your head and you have to think, where's that come from? Is that a song I know? Or is that just some random appearance? And I used to just be too tired and lie in bed and think I can't do anything with it. But now I kind of force myself to get up, go into a quiet room next door, get my voice notes out on my iPhone and kind of sing whatever it is in my head. So there had this little bit of melody there from doing that. And I think when the hour became more sociable, I kind of went downstairs, picked up my guitar. My guitar was in a particular open tuning at the time, and I just started trying to find some music that would go along with the melody in my head. And then having kind of got that guitar part, and it was in December at the time, to be honest, as well, so Christmas must have been around and in my head. Yeah, it sounded Christmassy. I can't put anything else on it, and playing. I thought, no, that's got to be a Christmas song, and then sat down and kind of wrote it and put it together from there. Did you try and resist it becoming a Christmas song? Because a lot of people never wanted to do one. Oh, no, I love Christmas songs. I've got a whole I'm a big vinyl collector and a big vinyl fan as well. But I've got a kind of whole dedicated box of all my Christmas vinyl, which is already out, obviously, this year and getting well played. So no intention at all of denying myself the Christmas song if the right opportunity came along.
Yeah. I see you've got a couple of guitars with you behind you. Is the acoustic one you used for the song, or is that a different one?
That's not the particular one that played on the track. The other one's downstairs. It's a lovely Gibson SJ200 Deluxe, which I played on this track. But yeah, as you can imagine, like most guitarists, you have more than one or two kicking around you.
And sometimes the simplest Christmas songs work best. So did you try not to overdo it?
I mean, this song evolved a little bit, is what I would say. So it didn't certainly come out in one sitting, and it was probably a few years ago now when I started working on it to begin with. So it's kind of evolved. And nearly every Christmas to come around, I kind of dig it out and thought, oh, I should have another look at that. Where did we get to with that one, and kind of add something to it. But then there was a lot done this year because I know I was building up and wanting to release it. So I guess you gain some perspective over that time, and you kind of hear what's working, what's not working. Well, before it was too slow, so I kind of sped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
A few elements, but then conscious not to overdo it. But the key for it, I think, this year was adding the kind of piano part from the second verse onwards, and that really brought the song to life from my perspective, I think, there.
Now, you're releasing your debut album in 2023, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct, yeah. So it's coming out later next year. The album's called Something to Say. A lot of my songs tend to be story-driven. Some of them more fictional, some of them based on more personal experiences, but I guess even the more fictional kind of tales or stories you kind of draw from your own experience to kind of pour into those. So yeah, I'm very excited about working up to releasing that next year. I got to work with a great producer and some really great musicians, and it's a body of work I'm really proud of.
And what else is coming up for you? Is there anything else on top of that?
Anything else on top of that? Well, we'll be obviously working up to that next year. I mean, I'm still writing, still recording. We've got a little bit. So there's some new songs that have come along, which are probably going to end up on the album as well, which I need to work on and finish off. There's obviously live dates coming up as well, and then we've got a bit of extra to do. So what we've also been doing with the album is producing Dolby Atmos mixes for the tracks, as well as standard stereo mixes, which is a really kind of fun kind of aspect of it, and giving you that kind of surround sound and a more immersive experience for the music, which a lot of my tracks, the way they're produced and recorded, really benefit from, I think.
And what are you up to for Christmas as well? Anything fun?
So Christmas is at home with the family. I have two in kids in inverted commas. They're kind of grown-ups, but they'll still expect their presents to appear in sacks from Santa on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And then we might be disappearing abroad to somewhere snowy for New Year, but we'll see. Plans aren't quite fully defined as yet.
That sounds exciting. Where are you thinking somewhere snowy? Is that somewhere north?
No, in Austria.
Oh,
so
all right.
Enough to have a property out there, which we've had for the last 10 years. And we always try to go out there at Christmas. It's really magical to be in the kind of mountain environment and in the snow. Obviously, for the last few years, sometimes it's been a little bit more difficult, and we're not able to get there this year. But for Christmas, but yeah, that's what we like to try and do.
Yeah, certainly. I think it was like this time last year that you definitely couldn't go to Austria.
Yeah, we had travel plans were interesting last year. We had to change things at last minute. It was all a bit up in the air. But hey ho. Just got to get on with things, right?
Yep. Well, this Christmas single is called I Love Christmastime, and it's out now. Where are all the places we can find it?
Any streaming platform of choice. Is pretty much all over the internet. And we're actually just finishing off a video for the song, which we're hoping to get back today or tomorrow. So that'll be up on YouTube as well, which has been quite fun because the video actually uses some home footage. So there's some historical footage of me as a child on there, and also my children when they were a little bit younger, and sliding down the drive of said place in Austria in the snow. There's some good fun elements in it as well. So yeah, looking forward to getting that available also.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for talking to us today, and have a great Christmas.
Thank you very much, Toby, and again, happy Christmas to all your listeners.